reading because another storm formed. This is the third one today. Yeah, tropical depression 18, soon to be tropical storm Noru, or this or 18 might end up being Talus, and 17 becomes Noru. Okay, lovers reverse. This one is going on its own path. This thing is going to be working on its own, basically. Um, that's what this is telling me. Naru's going to be working on its own. Um, so this is going to be a whole situation here. Um, so yeah, working on its own. It's going in its own path. It ain't gonna follow what Talus. So that's what that tells me. The Fool. There's gonna be a bit of delusion going on. Delusion going on. Um. So yeah, the Fool represents the descent from spirit into matter. It its message exists as the number zero from nothingness and represents the unknown life force. Um, from which all things emerge and to which they return. Okay, so that's not nothing to do with delusion or something like that. This is just talk about the storm came up, and eventually you'll go back to where it came from in terms of um, the water cycle, basically. Uh, but yeah. So that's gonna be something that's popping up here. It's gonna be doing something along those lines. So next we got two of wands. Now pointing west, that means the storm is gonna be going west. I mean, most of these storms go west. Even in the southern hemisphere, I noticed some of them go west, particularly in the Indian Ocean, western Indian Ocean, and the occasional cyclone that forms in the South Atlantic. But with this, it's in the western Pacific, so yeah, it's definitely going to be heading west. Not looking at a curve north, at least in its first half. But other meanings of the second of wands, gonna have to pull that up. So two wands, looking back over past achievements, it is good to look back and review our assets. Our past is rich with successful accomplishments. So this storm is going to be compared to storms that happened early in the season and previous seasons, and that sort of thing. That's what that tells me. Six of Cups reversed. So when it's not reversed, it means renewal, new beginnings. Um, Left behind any self-doubt and self-fears, and now ready to begin sharing feeling of generosity and an openness of the heart are coming from within. So what this tells me is Nauru is going to be the run-of-the-mill tropical storm. Nothing special, nothing new, no record-breaking issues going on. So this is not going to be a record-breaking storm. It's going to be the run-of-the-mill. And it's not going to be very strong at that either. Storm's not going to be strong. We're not looking at a typhoon here. And if it happens to become a typhoon, it'll be like 75-mile-an-hour winds, very briefly, not over land either. But we're looking at a weak storm. What's that? 7 of Cups reversed. Alrighty. Seven of Cups. World of choices. The Seven of Cups is potential. There's not a lot of potential for the storm. And that also means that the storm's not going to really deviate. The cone and whatnot's not really going to deviate that much from what's forecasted. It's going to just do its thing. It's going to do what it's here to do. There's not going to be much deviation. And again, the storm does not have a lot of potential. Noru does not have a lot of potential. There's a chance it may not even get named. If that happens, then we'll handle that accordingly. So, from there, we got 7 of Pinnacles. That one's been a while since I got that. Hold on, something's going on. I have to pause for something, I don't know. But let's get to 7 of Pentacles first. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles is about enjoying the fruits of our labors. The work has been hard and demanding, but we have put our drive and energies into the challenge, and we have accomplished a great deal. So it looks like this. So it looks like Noru is gonna be like a nice break compared to what the typhoon season's been pushing out over the past couple of weeks with the super typhoons and stuff like that, and what Murbach pulled. So Noru is going to be a nice little break compared to what was popping up. So from there, we got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Again, this does bring about the fact that there's not a lot of potential going on with Noru. With it being that's especially the case with it being reversed. So, no, that's fixed. So... trying to find the Wheel of Fortune here. There we go. So yeah, Wheel of Fortune, if it's not reversed, means turns with the cycles of the universe, life flows in perpetual rhythm. Here observes this with the moon's ocean, the moon, oceans, seasons, the planets, time, and the passage from birth to death. Cycles beyond our vision include the movement of stars, solar systems, and galaxies. The wheel extends into cycles far beyond our imagination. So with this being reversed, that just tells me that despite the storm not going to be very strong, and there's not a lot of potential, it's going to refuse to die. It's going to linger longer than it needs to, basically. Longer than it should. It's probably going to survive passage over some mountainous terrain. We're not going to expect it type deal, but this storm is going to be a bit interesting in that aspect. King of Swords reversed. Again, this talks about not a lot of focus. Okay. No, actually, it's talk about there being some focus, but So, King of Swords, highly disciplined, discrimination, and what represents both discrimination and intellectual prowess. The king sees to the heart of all matters and rules with a keen sense of justice and wisdom. Truthful, insightful, and protective leader. So, this being reversed, the storms basically means there's not going to be a lot of awakening. There's not going to be a lot of learning from the storm, considering it's going to be such a weak storm. Um, People aren't going to really bat an eye to it. They're going to let their guard down. And that's not necessarily a good thing. Final card, Five of Wands. Okay, that means there's going to be confusion towards the end. Because note, the first half is the first row is the first half of the storm, and this is the second half of the storm. So, towards the end of this storm's life, it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. It might have a little bit more of confusion on what's going on, a little bit more uncertainty on what's going on. And yeah, that's about it, really. The storm is going to be persistent, but weak. Not a lot of potential for this storm, and it's going to be going on its own path. So, with that does seem to be it for right now. Stay safe out there, and see you in the next video or stream. Bye.